Hi, my name's Mark Gibson. In this video I'm going to show you how easy it is to get exactly the look you're after by styling your site. You'll see how simple it is to change your colour scheme, add images and display your content such as gig lists and recordings. There are two main tools for styling your site. First, the customizer is where you can make your changes that affect the whole site, such as your colour scheme, your font choice, how your headers and footers look, and so on. The second part is the page builder. This is where you can make changes to a specific page. Let's look at the customizer first. I'm going to start with fonts. To change the font for the site, we click on the customizer, and when it opens, click on General, then Headings. Click on the font family and you'll see a very large choice of fonts. I'm going to use one here called Syntonic. And now you can see the change in the preview window as you do it, so you get the result instantly. I'll make the main heading size a bit bigger. And the H3 size can be bigger too. Now, as I scroll down the page, you can see that all the heading fonts have changed everywhere. Simple. Then to change the main text font, we go back to General, then Text. And for this I'm going to use a font called Poppins, which I can find by typing. Again, you can see the change in the preview window. Let's stick with that. Lastly, I'll change the fonts in the header and the menu. I'm going to use the same font I've already chosen for the header and a slightly different one for the menu. For the logo text in the header, go to Header, then Header Logo, pick Syntonic. Now back to the header, then Nav Style, and the font I'm going to use is Open Sans, just so it's slightly different from the main text. When I scroll down the page, you'll see that the whole site is consistent. And when we go to another page, you can see again that everything looks as it should. You'll notice down here in the bottom of the customizer there are three little icons. These allow you to preview the site simulating a PC, tablet or phone, so you can see what the site looks like on any size device. There are many other settings that can be changed in the customizer, which I won't go into now, purely to keep this video short. They are covered further in our training videos. The next way to style your site involves customizing an individual page. For this example, I'm going to restyle the home page. Styling any other page is done the same way. In the toolbar at the top of the page, hit the Page Builder link and the page will reload into edit mode. As I scroll around the page, you'll see blue boxes lighting up around the various elements on the page. By clicking on the spanner icon, you can edit each element. Let's edit the top row of this home page. You can see that this section is made up of a row which contains two other pieces, which are both headings. Let's start with the row. You can see here that it can be either full width or fixed width. I'll leave it at full. I'll scroll down to the background and show you some of the options. At the moment it's set to parallax, which is this effect where the image and the text move at different speeds when you scroll. You can set it to colour, photo, video, slideshow, parallax or a gradient. I'll go through each of them in turn. Here's an example of a solid colour. We can add an edge effect to the row as well. Let's go with slime. And see, it adds this interesting edge effect at the bottom. Now let's look at a photo which we can pick out from our media library. And we can also add an overlay colour to it just to make the text pop out a bit more. This is what the video background looks like using a YouTube clip. I'll select YouTube as a source and put the URL of the YouTube clip there. And you'll see it start to load up, just takes a moment. And there we go. Simple and effective video background, just like that. Okay, so parallax you've already seen, so let's look at a nice gradient. You can choose the gradient type, the gradient colours, I'll add the second colour. And the direction that it runs. For the moment, let's stick with the video background. And we'll save that. Now all of these options are available on every row on your site, so there really is no limit on what you can do with it. Let's look at some of the content options quickly. First up, you can change the row order just by dragging them into place by grabbing this handle here. If you don't need a row, you can simply delete it. It's very simple to add completely new rows with any number of content modules, such as buttons, headings, text, images, video, and much more. Or you can drag in a complete new template from our Saved Rows section. To finish up this brief overview of restyling your site, let's look inside a content module and see how it can be completely changed by just a few settings. Let's restyle the latest music section. At the moment, it's showing just the latest recording. How about we turn it into a carousel of our last 3 recordings? I'll go in and change the number of recordings we want to display. Then we can change it to a carousel like this. Let's put the image at the top and we'll get rid of the text. And we'll get rid of the read more link as well. I'll change it to 2 columns. And we'll set it to autoplay. And there we have it, a completely different look and functionality with just changing a few settings. All we need to do now is publish our changes. Here we also get a chance to discard any changes you've made just in case something goes wrong and you don't like the way it's ended up. Just hit done, where you can either discard it, save it as a draft, or as I'm going to do, publish it, which makes the changes live. I hope that gives you a better understanding of just how simple but how powerful the platform is as far as getting any look you want for your site. If you have any questions or comments at all, please leave them below. I'd love to hear what you think of it. Stay tuned for more videos very soon.